I'd like to say good morning to everyone all over central Indiana. So we give you a beautiful look over a very, very cold Indianapolis this morning. Thanks for waking up with us here at 6 o'clock on your Thursday morning. I'm Julia, along with Julia and Matt here this morning. We do have a few school delays this morning. You'll see those at the bottom of your screen. Mississinewa, Tippecanoe County, just two of those school delays. And really because the frigid weather.
Yes, it's a weather impact day. If it were my prerogative, we'd be talking about warmer temperatures this morning.
There you go.
But we are not. We're talking about the icy start for a lot of people.
Yes, watch out for some slick spots.
Okay.
I will say there's a lot of salt in the roads.
Yes.
And that's been hard at work the past 24 hours to try to get roads okay. But you still can't eliminate every slick spot. There could be a couple. Watch out for those. We've had some traffic incidences on I-70. I'll show you an update. Those have now cleared.
That's good.
They're towards Hancock County. So that's some good news. Let's take you to some of these temperatures this morning, because if there were any wet spots left over yesterday evening, they definitely froze over last night. We're sitting in the single digits now in Kokomo and Lafayette, and a lot of our school delays are north of Indianapolis, where we have the coldest air. These are the actual air temperatures. I think it's always important to show you what's the actual air temperature on top of what the wind chill is doing. Feels like it's a big old goose egg right now in Wayne County. 0 is what it feels like. -5, Ball State, -8. Purdue, and they're 8 positive in IU, but it only feels like it's 1 degree right now in Indianapolis. It is cold out there. Bundle up. It's the wind, though, that really gets you. It's going to be windy this morning, and then this afternoon the wind will start to calm down. That's some good news. But as the winds calm down, we'll get some snow showers. Right now we're mostly clear. We've got a couple clouds trying to come in towards Brazil and Bloomington, but here's our next little weather maker. It's sneaking in. One last quick cold front pushing on through to help stir up these clouds and snow showers. They'll come in after lunchtime, anywhere from about 1 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Watch out for some scattered snow. We think the bigger snow bands will be north of Indianapolis. Not everyone's going to get some snow because these bands are on the skinny side. So coming up, we'll show you the snow zones. This morning, though, let's talk about traffic as you're waking up and headed out the door this morning. There could be some slick spots, but the salt has definitely helped throughout the overnight hours. The big news is Hancock County. We had 2 shutdowns throughout the morning, one on the west side of Greenfield, the other on the east side. This is the east side one. As you're looking towards Eastern Hancock schools, I-70 in the westbound lanes have reopened. So that's the good news. I-70 westbound then past Greenfield has also reopened. So Hancock County is looking a lot better this morning, but it's a cold start this morning, and sometimes you got to grip the steering wheel just a little bit more because of those winds that remain to be out there. So we'll continue to watch traffic, but things are looking a lot better as you get closer to downtown Indianapolis, but still watch out for a couple slick spots here and there.
You got it, Matt. Thank you. Well, this morning, NDOT is working on plans to improve a very busy corridor in Hamilton County.
Yeah, that State Road 37 improvement project that'll run from Greenfield Avenue to State Road 32 and 38 in Noblesville. Let's get to Sia New Yorker now, who says more on these plans. Good morning, Sia.
Good morning, ladies. There was an open house last night about this partnership between NDOT and the city of Noblesville, and area leaders wanted to hear straight from the neighbors about what they want to see in the new design, like new traffic patterns to ease congestion. Now, on any given day, State Road 37 is very busy, seeing about an average of about 30 to 35,000 vehicles a day. According to NDOT, State Road 37 has a higher crash frequency than similar corridors throughout the state. In fact, there's been nearly 400 crashes in the area between 2016 and 2019. One of the major reasons why NDOT and the city of Noblesville are focusing on improving the corridor before it gets worse.
There are mobility issues with the level of service at the intersections. We're seeing a lot of crashes. We're also seeing a lack of pedestrian connectivity and a big need for it.
The thing that will make it better will get it done sooner, because the traffic is just, it's not getting any better, it's getting worse, and there's more and more businesses being built all the time. It's a wonderful growing community.
Now, this is phase 1, and the leaders are encouraged to hear a lot of what those stakeholders and neighbors and residents there in Noblesville are saying, and they are eager to get started, including a lot of the business owners. So coming up on Sunrise at 6:30, we'll talk with one business owner who says this will have an impact.
Yeah, we've heard that before. We do all these construction projects and businesses are like, people can't get to me. Yeah, so glad that they're speaking out early.
Thank you, ladies.
Well, on the city's northeast side, more changes are coming to the area around 465 and I-69, where that Clear Path project has been ongoing.
So NDOT says that speeding drivers is still a problem in that area. So now they're announcing the expansion of this project next month, aimed to tackle just that. We're talking about the speed control program known as Safe Zones, where NDOT says they plan to expand this pilot program to bring speed cameras to construction sites on 465 and I-69 starting next year.
Cameras will capture the speed vehicles are traveling, and if you are going over at least 11 miles per hour over the speed limit, an automatic citation is issued. Now, after pre-enforcement ends, drivers will get one warning before receiving a fine.
Attorneys for Joseph Corcoran this morning are turning to federal court to try and save him from the death penalty.
He is scheduled to die by lethal injection next week. His attorneys, though, claim he is seriously mentally ill and unable to understand the severity of his crimes.
The last time Indiana executed someone was exactly 15 years ago this week. On December 11, 2009, Matthew Wrinkles died by lethal injection for killing his estranged wife, her brother, and sister-in-law in Evansville in 1994. 8 men currently sit on Indiana's death row, but there have been no executions since then for 15 years because the Department of Correction could not acquire the drug needed for lethal injection. That did change in June.
I wanted to know where the Department of Corrections got the drugs from. And then, wanted to know the cocktail that they were actually using, and does it meet 8th Amendment standards for violating cruel and unusual punishment.
Indianapolis attorney Eric Koselke has represented more than 30 defendants in state and federal death penalty cases. He believes using the death penalty is wrong.
I'm personally very demoralized. I didn't know whether we would ever have another execution or not, quite frankly. But the fact we are, I spent my whole career going on 40 years this coming June, basically fighting the death penalty, believing it's wrong.
Joseph Corcoran killed 4 men in Fort Wayne in 1997, including his brother and future brother-in-law. Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty in 3 pending cases in central Indiana. Carl Bords II, charged with killing Elwood police officer Noah Chavez, Orlando Mitchell, charged with killing Marion County Deputy John Durham, and Delani Rogers, charged with the murder of 2 men and shooting 2 more outside of a Plainfield motel. Now, the death penalty has sparked debate recently among Hoosiers. Just last month, protesters gathered at the Indiana State House to call for an end to the death penalty altogether ahead of Corcoran's execution. But later today, dozens of people are expected to gather at the State House again to sign a letter calling for Governor Holcomb to halt executions.
An Indiana woman now knows her sentence for a federal hate crime against an IU student in Bloomington. 57-year-old Billy Davis was sentenced to 6 years in prison after pleading guilty to stabbing the student on a city bus. Davis told police at the time she attacked the 18-year-old because of her race. She also received 3 years of supervised release as part of the plea deal. Her victim survived. An Indianapolis man has been sentenced to life without the possibility of parole for a murder in Bartholomew County.
In April of 2023, someone called 911 to report that Anthony Carter had killed his girlfriend. Carter was charged with murder, and a jury found him guilty in October. Investigators say that Carter confessed to killing Ashley Neville before hiding her body in her house. We did talk with Neville's mother last night. She didn't want to speak on camera, but told us that her daughter was loved and missed by so many. Your time is 6:09. The Indiana State Fire Marshal is officially ruling the cause of fire that killed 6 children in South Bend undetermined. These are pictures that show 5 of those children. It has been nearly a year since that fire took their lives. The children were between the ages of 2 and 11.
The fire marshal does say his office, as well as ATF and South Bend Fire, invested thousands of hours into the investigation, and he outlined 4 key findings. Among those, the fire started in the family's dining room. Investigators also can't determine if the smoke detectors were working at the time of the fire, and they have identified electrical items which could be potential sources of that deadly fire.
There is also no evidence of criminal activity or arson. South Bend's fire chief joined the fire marshal, sharing how the fire impacted not only this community, but their department too.
We live with this tragedy each and every day. We do not take it lightly. We still have firefighters that are still struggling mentally and physically with this event from that fatal night.
The fire marshal also released these screenshots of the security camera footage from the church across the street showing how this fire progressed last January. If you notice at the bottom of your screen, you can see an orange glow in the first floor window. That's the bottom right of your screen. Then those flames shoot out the window before eventually consuming that house. It is 6:10. This morning, we're getting an inside look at how an unexpected partnership is aimed at revitalizing the East 38th Street corridor. It's actually an alliance between New Direction Church and the National Bank of Indianapolis. And here's how this will work. The bank will help sponsor church events like food drives and backpack giveaways. They'll also provide financial services, especially for first-time home buyers, with a $200,000 down payment assistance program. The pastor there, Ken Sullivan Jr., is helping make this happen.
We don't just want this to be a place where people get on the Purple Line and leave. We want it to be a place where they come and get off the Purple Line and they stay, and they're able to visit the shops and the restaurants and the arts.
That will help people purchase their dream home and have a safe place for their family to grow and prosper here on the east side.
So New Direction Church is holding meetings about this new partnership. If you'd like to attend, we have a link on how you can get connected at WTHR.com. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Julia. Keep an eye on the bottom of your screen. Our school list of 2-hour delays continues to grow. For example, Fayette County schools and Marion Community Schools now have 2-hour delays. Here are the snow zones. We've got one more round to go today, starting just after lunchtime. I'm going to let you know how much could possibly fall later throughout your Thursday. We're back in 3.